All right, so I'll just go ahead and get us started. I just want to briefly, again, quick reminder that this call is being recorded for those who have just come back in. Um, I'll go ahead and just, again, thank you first and foremost for everyone being here with us tonight after the holidays, during a pandemic, and amidst of all the chaos being caused at our nation's capital. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Just a brief outline of what tonight is going to look like. So first and foremost, we'll be giving you some updates. I'm sorry, first and foremost, we'll be actually doing a grounding exercise that'll be facilitated by our wonderful healing team tonight. So we'll start off the meeting with that. Then we will be transitioning into some general organizational updates, just what's new with Initiate Justice and what's going on, and some things in other news. After that, we'll be giving you some committee updates along with just an overview of what our committees are doing this year. And then we are going to review our January calendar of events for y'all. And then our main event tonight will be having a committee fair where you will all get the opportunity to hear from and discuss with our committee leads what our 5 Initiate Justice committees will be working on in our mission towards abolishing prisons in 2021. So we'll discuss some of the goals, tasks, and activities and allow you the opportunity to get familiar with all of our committees and see which committee you want to spend your time participating with and contributing to this year with us. After that, somebody can go ahead and mute themselves. If you're not talking, if you could just please mute yourself to cancel out any background noise, that'd be wonderful. And then after our committee fair, we'll come back, we'll do a share out, just some discussions, aha moments, anything that folks want to share. And then we'll do some recognition. We'll recognize our member of the month. And then we will wrap up and we will have our new member orientation for those who this might be your first time attending an Initiate Justice membership meeting and who are interested in actually becoming official members, which requires your attendance at our membership meetings, as well as your participation with one of our committees. So that's our agenda for today or tonight, and that's what we're going to be going over. And again, if Daisy, if you could throw the sign-in sheet in the chat one more time, if you could just make sure that you're all signing in tonight, that lets us know who was here and allows us to send you any additional follow-up materials for tonight and continue connecting with you all. And before we get started, are there any like major questions on the logistics, anything of that nature before we get our meeting started tonight? Daisy, anything I missed that you want to go ahead and touch on real quick? Are we good? No? All right, so our healing team, are y'all present and ready to get us grounded? And
yes,
let's do an exercise. Thanks, Indigo. Hello, how are you tonight, Queen?
Hey, what is up, everybody? Initiate Justice family. Welcome to 2021, where, as we see, today is already started off as, you know, season 2 of what we experienced last year. So this year, we're going to have to continue to love ourselves, continue to breathe, make time for ourselves, continue to cultivate our safe spaces, and make sure that our routines are really rigorous in the same way that our organizing is, in the same way that our workflow is. So I just wanted to lead us through some breathing and just so folks know, the Healing Committee is really here to say that we see you, not only as organizers, but as people who are supporting a lot, who are holding a lot on your shoulders, who have real trauma from the system. And we thank you for being here. We really see you and we honor you. So I invite you all to position yourself somewhere comfortable. Could be on the couch, in your chair, or even on the floor. And just place your feet flat on the ground as you get into this meditation. And during this meditation, I can ask if you would close your eyes or at least soften your gaze. And I'm just going to get my little music. Give me 1 second. All right. Y'all hear that? Yeah? Can you hear that all right? Good. All right. Softening your gaze, letting your whole face relax. Take a deep breath in. Ask yourself for permission to be fully present as you embrace this meditation experience. Take this moment to focus on your breathing and tell your body, thank you for showing me grace and for being able to get me through today. Taking a deep breath in. Set one intention for this meeting today. What's your intention for this moment? As you reflect on your intention, ask yourself to remove all burdens, stress, and barriers that may hinder you. Breathing out, release all that no longer serves you, all that no longer has bound over you. Take a deep breath in. Maybe you relax your shoulders. Continue to relax your face. Taking a deep breath in. And on this exhale, just fully releasing. Reflect on what has brought you joy today. What has made you smile? Even if it was something small, breathing in and out, think about how that has made you feel. Take a moment to sit in that feeling. How does that feeling exist in your body? We've thanked our bodies for grace, asking to remove all barriers, and we've reflected on what has brought us joy. Now, think about what you can do for yourself later on that feels good to you. It can be making dinner, reading a book, soaking in a bath, dancing, or phoning a friend, writing in your journal. What's the one thing that will continue to fill your cup? Observe what ideas come to your mind as you continue to take a deep breath in and fully exhale. Family, it is okay to self-preserve. It is okay to take time for yourself, to be in solitude and show gratitude. During this meditation, you have stopped for just a moment to pay attention to the little things that we often overlook, like our breath. This is a daily reminder that as life happens all around us, to give thanks, smile as needed, and just breathe. As you take a last couple breaths, I want you to ask for whatever you need. In this world that we're seeing today, it's very relatable that we might need a little bit more energy, a little bit more patience, a little bit more grace, a little bit more fire. So whatever it is that you need, that you're asking for, if you're praying for freedom for a loved one or yourself, take one last deep breath in, knowing that you're capable, and as a community, we're even stronger together. Thank you all for taking time to engage in meditation with us today. If you're feeling different after that meditation, or just let us know how you're feeling after taking a moment to breathe. We have a lot of amazing work to do this year. And I just ask everyone to, cling on to the joyful moments, cling on to the moments where you feel strong, where you feel connected to your passion. Real quick, I just want to show something that I'm excited about. Look at this freaking necklace I got. It's a necklace with pictures of me in 88. I am so shook. So little stuff like that, cling on to that and just create more joy in this year, because we're going to need it. All right, I'll pass it back to you, Antoinette. Thanks, everybody.
Indigo, thank you so much. Thank you. We definitely appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully everyone's feeling a little better. A lot going on. I definitely needed that, and I hope y'all enjoyed it as well. I'm gonna go ahead and actually at this moment, I'm gonna pass it on to Daisy, our statewide advocacy manager, to lead us through some organizational updates and some other news, what's going on.
Thanks, Antoinette. Welcome everybody again. For those that joined a little late, thanks so much for joining us tonight for the first meeting of 2021. We have 92 participants in the room, which is amazing. Just grateful for everybody who showed up tonight. We are dropping in the chat one more time the sign in link. If you haven't had a chance to sign in yet, please do so. It just takes a couple of seconds to share your name and that you attended tonight's meeting. We have a new outside membership structure where we officially induct new members as part of Initiate Justice, and we send you a welcome packet after you have attended 3 out of 4 consecutive meetings and are active in at least one committee. So signing in definitely helps us keep track of who's been showing up to the meeting. So just take a quick second right now to do that if you haven't done so already. But in the meantime, while folks do that, let's go ahead and get started, because as I mentioned earlier, we do have a huge agenda. So first of all, thank you so much, Indigo, for that meditation. It's definitely been an eventful day. There's a lot going on. And so I think in order for us to really be present in what we need to do with the work that lays ahead, it's important for us to make sure that we're grounded, that we're focused, and that we can move forward from this with a clear vision as far as what we need to do in times like this. So thank you again, Indigo, for that exercise. Really appreciate it. And everybody, this is again the first meeting of 2021. So Happy New Year to everybody. We have sent out our last newsletter of 2020 in late December to all of our members on the inside. So that will be uploaded to our website soon. And that way y'all can also take a look at what that newsletter looked like if you haven't had a chance to see it yet. So just keep an eye on our website where we will be uploading that newsletter for you to also be able to look at. And we want to say thank you to all of our 65 new IJ outside members. We ended 2020 with 65 new members, and we're hoping that 2021 will just be able to increase the number of members on the outside. Again, that's for anybody who shows up to our meetings, 3 out of 4 meetings consecutive and at least active on one committee. I'm really excited to build with everybody and continue to grow in this movement as we have a full plate of things to do and get done in 2021. And we also wanted to share that alongside with that, we also are sending out welcome packages to our new members. So some of our new members have also already received their shirts and some other goodies that we sent to them. So as you become inducted into a new member, you'll be receiving that as well. So don't forget to sign in tonight. One announcement that I have before I pass it off to the next person is we have been promoting advertisement for job announcements that we have. We have 2 openings. One is for a communications manager or director, depending on what experience one has. This person would be helping us uplift the stories of people who have been impacted by incarceration and helping us shift the narrative, which is something that we've been actively working on. So this position is someone that will really help us move that forward, and will also help us tell our story at Initiate Justice and why our work matters via the different platforms that we choose to spread our message onto. So this is a really important position that we're looking to fill by February. So if you are interested in filling out for that position, please send your resume to us. If you know of anybody that you think would be a great fit for our family, you know, feel free to share the job announcement with them and encourage them to apply. Again, we are currently accepting applications. You can access that through the link that will be shared in the chat. And we also are looking for a deputy director, and that person would serve under our executive director to help really paint that big picture of what goals we're trying to accomplish as an organization and what strategy we're going to be doing. So we're looking for the right candidate for that. So again, if you have anybody in mind or you yourself think that that might be you, feel free to apply. We are accepting applications. So with that being said, I'm actually going to pass it off to Taina, who's our executive director, to share some words as far as some of the things that have been going on today. So Taina, I will pass it over to you.
Thank you, Daisy. And thank you, Indigo, for grounding us like emotionally in this meeting. You know, today is a big day for a lot of reasons. It's IJ's first member meeting of 2021. It's the day that Georgia flipped the Senate, and now Democrats control the Senate and the House and the White House for the first time in a very long time. And this is also the day that white supremacists tried to upset the election by taking over the US Capitol building. So there's a lot happening and a lot to hold. But I did want the opportunity to just speak with y'all on that a little bit. We're in a pivotal historic moment right now. It is very clear that progressive politics are on the rise. We elected record-breaking amount of women and progressive legislators in Congress this past election. We passed Prop 17 here in California. We defeated Proposition 20 here in LA. We passed Measure J, and we elected George Gascon, who is essentially trying to end mass incarceration, starting with LA County. So of course there's going to be backlash. So I want to encourage all of our members to just kind of like sit in this historic moment that we're in right now. And, you know, think that in, 10, 20, 30 years from now, you'll be able to look back on this day and say, I was there and I was part of a movement and I was part of an organization who is also like leading the work to end mass incarceration, to abolish prisons. So I want to thank y'all for being here. And I want to speak a little bit about what happened in Georgia and how it happened. None of this would have been possible if it wasn't for Black and brown organizers, straight up. Stacey Abrams ran for governor in 2018 in Georgia, and she didn't win her election. And instead of like just sitting back and saying like, all right, I don't want to do this anymore, she started an organization called Fair Fight, where she registered millions of Black and brown and low propensity voters in Georgia. And it is 100% due to her grassroots efforts and her horizontal power building that we flipped Georgia for the Democratic Party, and then Georgia for the first time in, I think it might be ever. I'm not sure when the last time Georgia had 2 Democratic senators. And then I also want to highlight an organization called Mi Gente. It's made up of Latinx folks who contacted literally every single Latinx registered voter in the state of Georgia over the past few months. So I just want to like remind y'all, like, this is what happens when we fight. This is what happens when we organize. We all should be like Stacey Abrams. Even if we don't win our own personal battles, we fight to build power of others. We uplift others because collectively we win. And hopefully these Democrats will remember who put them in office. So I don't want to hear anything else about a $600 stimulus check. I don't want to hear that we can't pass a Green New Deal. I don't want to hear that we can't close down federal prisons and abolish ICE. It's the folks who supported all of those initiatives who got these people elected. So let's continue the work here at the state level and at the federal level. Just another reminder that when we fight, we win. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep winning.
Thanks, Taina. And so with that, we're actually going to move on to some of the updates as far as what we're doing as an organization within our own committees. And so for folks who are new to this meeting or maybe are unfamiliar with the way our committee structure operates, we have several committees that work on different, that help really build the work of what we're doing at Initiate Justice. And our amazing staff are the committee leads that help bring those folks who are our members together to help contribute to the work that we are doing. So each committee does focus on different areas of the work that we do. And so we'll be hearing from the different committee leads today as far as what their committee does and what updates they have to report back. And at the end, we'll be sharing a link where if you are currently not part of a committee, you can sign up to join a committee, and we'll be getting you plugged in so that way you can attend those committee meetings and committee events that we'll be having moving forward. So I will pass it off to Greg and Sarah, who run our advocacy committee meeting, who will share a little bit about what they do and what are the things that they've been focusing on for this upcoming year.
Thank you, Daisy. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. It's really great to see all the friendly faces and some new faces here. My name is Greg, along with my colleague, Sarah. We lead the advocacy committee, as Daisy was mentioning. The advocacy committee is really focused on advancing Initiate Justice's policy goals for 2021 and for each year. We are still in the process of finalizing our bill package for this coming year. You know, we are very focused on a few key issue areas around ending extreme sentencing, improving programming and credit on the inside. And this year, I think we'll also have a really strong focus on rooting out racism in the courtroom and in legal proceedings entirely. So the advocacy committee, you know, the legislature is a very complex process and complex system, but there are like a lot of helpful tips and tricks along the way to help decentralize the information. And, you know, all of us need to come together to advance these goals. And if you join our committee, you know, we will just teach y'all everything we know, and we'll just count on all of y'all to be Stacey Abrams in your own life and just channel that energy and help us with these goals, right? I mean, I think we should start every meeting and just sort of everything we're doing in this space with the intention that this is the last decade that mass incarceration exists in California. And that every year we're just gonna be chipping away at that. And 10 years from now, we will live in a completely different world. So outside of legislation, we are really focused on the regulations process. CDCR is often put in charge of implementing new rules and procedures that come down from the governor or the legislature. And as we all know, when you leave them to their own devices, it's very underwhelming and just leaves a lot of room for improvement. So we will be very active also in the regulation space in terms of submitting written comments and things like that. There will be a lot of action items, a lot of work. If you sign up for our committee, there will be plenty of things to do. I know we'll talk about it more later this evening in the breakout sessions. And yeah, I just wanted to announce we meet the third Tuesday of each month. So that'll be Tuesday, January 19th at 5:30 p.m. Sarah and I can be reached via email. I'll put it in the chat. It's just Greg@Initiate Justice or Policy@Initiate Justice to get in touch with us. And if you ever need any updates about things we're working on or just ways to plug in or things to get involved with, we'll need all the help we can get. But that's the advocacy committee, also known as the policy committee. If you're just interested in policy and things like that in general, y'all can join us and just help us abolish prisons. Thank you.
And I would just super quickly add that also this year, the advocacy committee is trying to really further engage with transferring our advocacy work from, you know, inside the building, lobbying and fighting for those regulations to our daily lives and learning how to be activists in our everyday lives and engage with the abolition movement in every way that we can. So I just also wanted to throw that out there, that we're also looking for ways to create a space for discussion and different ways for us to, we're all in this together, so to engage with the movement more. So I just wanted to add that.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah and Greg. And the next advocacy committee meeting will be taking place on Tuesday, January 19th at 5:30. We actually will be sharing a calendar of events of all of the committee meetings for folks, both in a post recap email that we're sending out to everybody. So please make sure you're signed in, because that's how we know that you're on the mailing list to receive that calendar of events. But we'll also give you a preview of it on the screen tonight. But just keep in mind that we are going to share that out with everybody afterwards. And so with that being said, I will pass it off now to Crystal, who runs our Inside Membership Committee.
Thank you, Daisy. Good evening, everyone. My name is Crystal, she, her, hers, and I am the Inside Membership Coordinator within HCA Justice. I am responsible for managing MEL, entering names in our database, and strengthening our relationships with members on the inside. Throughout the year, we receive hundreds of pieces of mail and names that need to be entered into our database so that our inside members can receive our quarterly newsletter. As of now, we have over 34,000 members. So the Inside Membership Committee largely focuses on entering names and responding to mail. The next mail night that we will have is Thursday, January 28th at 6 p.m. And I want to really quickly say that our December mail night was a huge success. I want to thank everyone who attended, and we still had volunteers who worked on mail after that. And I'm happy to say that we have responded to over 100 pieces of mail since then. And we are really, really grateful for all of your time and dedication. Another exciting thing that the Inside Membership Committee is working on is a magazine. The magazine will be sent out to all 34,000 members. We are in the beginning stages of planning the magazine. The way we're thinking about it now is for it to be creative and free-spirited. We want to include poetry. We want to include artwork, poems, crossword puzzles. We want to include sections where we highlight all of you. We want it to interact with our outside members and other committees as well. My first committee meeting of the year is next Wednesday at 5:30. It's the second Wednesday of every month. And that meeting will largely focus on the magazine. We're going to start brainstorming then. So I invite you all to please attend and be part of that conversation and brainstorming session. And yeah, I'll drop my email in the chat if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. And so moving right along, I'll pass it off to Lee, who runs our Inside Organizing Committee. Take it away, Lee.
What is up, my social justice change makers? Thank you so much for attending 2021. We are ready to kick this year off and make it the best year that we've had so far. So my name's Lee Gibson. I'm the Inside Organizing Manager, and I run the IO committee, but I don't run it. All of the participants that show up, they're the ones that run it. Crispy, Crystal, Michelle, all of y'all make it go. We have a lot of fun. What we do is we organize and we activate the inside members, and the folks that are impacted by incarceration, we empower them, we give them light, we give them life, and we make sure that we bring their ideas to fruition. So a few of the things that we've been working on are the training packet curriculum. We're working on creating that and turning it into a correspondence curriculum because of COVID. You all know that it's thrown everything off. Also, we do phone training. Phone training is super important to our inside organizers, giving them contact and touch with y'all out here, letting them know that they're cared for, and also making sure we're there to answer the questions that are needed for them to be able to activate and empower their peers and the people that are around them so we can change these laws moving forward. So what I'm looking, also we do the newspaper where we send in words, we send in affirmations, we send in things like how we're doing, how we're activating, how we're organizing out here. And then also, Lee, go Lee. Also, we make sure that they are informed We make sure that their words are imparted to y'all out here. And what we're doing is we're looking for more bright, energetic volunteers like y'all selves. Every one of these 97 people that are in here, please get involved with the IO committee and brainstorm some new projects, making sure that you're staying connected with our folks inside, making sure that we're bringing them from in there to out here. We meet the first Thursday of every month from 5:30 to 6:30. You can hit me up at lee@initiatejustice.org. Or you can go ahead and tag Daisy. You know, she's our guru, where you can hit her up right now in the chat line and she'll connect you with us. Thank you so much to our policy professor that came before me, our inside membership maven that kind of laid it out for me. And before I go, you know, and hand it over to the healing heroes, Rashida and Indigo, I just want to say thank you all for making 2020 a great year, and we look forward to 2021. Thank you.
Thanks so much for bringing that amazing energy into the room, Lee. Grateful for you being here. And regarding what Lee was referring to regarding the notes, me and Antoinette co-host the meetings, so we try to get to all of the comments in the chat, but because we're here running the meeting, it's hard. But we do go back and read every single comment, and any questions that went unaddressed. If we have the contact information of the person, we reach out to them directly. But if we don't, feel free to drop that in the chat or email us at info@initiatejustice.org if there's a question that we couldn't get to tonight, and we'll do our best to get a response to you right away. But in the meantime, I will go ahead and move us along to hear an update from our healing committee, which is ran by Rashida and Indigo, so that way they can share with us what's happening this month with healing committee.
Yes, Happy New Year. Again, it's always difficult to come behind the energy, so I'm gonna try to keep it up. We are the Healing Committee, aka Healing Heroes. We just was named that, and Indigo said we're also the magical healing queenship. So we're all of that, right? But we definitely hold space for our participants, for you guys. Like, we are that safe space, that sacred space, and we just want to invite you to heal with us, because we heal for us. That's our motto. It's what's sticking. It's what we encourage everyone to do, and just letting you guys know that we have your back, and that's what we're here for. So this month we are excited to continue our healing circles. We have our Men Healing Circle, which is scheduled for January 11th. It's led by Graham and Manny, so thank you for that. It will be from 6 to 7:30, January 11th. We also have our Incarcerated Loved Ones Healing Circle, which is January 20th, and that will be led by me and Indigo. Same time, 6 to 7:30. We have our Formerly Incarcerated Circle, which is for people specifically who's been formerly incarcerated. That will be led by Graham and Miss Betty, January 25th, 6 p.m. to 7:30. And then lastly, we have our healing committee. So if you are interested in joining our team, if you are not able or you don't identify with either of those circles, but you want to bring your expertise, you want to provide tips and suggestions is what we can do for our healing committee, that meeting will be January 25th, and that one starts from 5:30 to 6:30. It's an hour meeting. So I just highly encourage, this is a new year. If you've always wanted to start your healing, if you something that you want to prioritize, definitely reach out to any one of us. Highly, highly encourage. We come, we have fun, we cry, we laugh, we heal together. So I look forward to seeing you all at some point this year and working with us and tapping into our healing. And that's all I have. Indigo, you have anything? Queenship?
Hey, that was supposed to be between me and you, that whole queenship. So, I just wanted to make it clear that the reason why the formerly incarcerated folks circle is on the 25th and not the 18th is because it's MLK Day on the 18th. So usually every month, the formerly incarcerated people circle is second Monday. So just so everybody knows for your calendars. And yeah, we're really looking forward to having everybody come on to the healing circles this year. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, Indigo and Rashida. And again, Healing Committee is actually having a lot of events this month. So that will all be supplied in the calendar of events that we'll be sharing with folks via email in the post meeting recap that we sent out. And also we'll be sharing a preview of what that looks like on the screen in a moment. Feel free to sign in if you haven't done so already. I've been messaging a couple of people that I noticed haven't been able to sign in. So if you got my message, please sign in. Takes a couple of seconds, and then we'll be good to go. And we have you down for attending tonight's meeting. But the last committee that we're going to be announcing is actually the committee that Antoinette and I are co-running, which is the outside membership committee. And this committee will be really focused on increasing our outside membership base, looking for ways to engage folks by, with the work that we're doing as an organization within our committees, assistance with the chapter model that we are actually going to be developing. So this is actually something that we're really excited about launching in 2021, where we'll have chapters focused in certain areas and really bringing together folks from a concentrated area to help build power in those areas. And we're hoping to expand that as we continue to grow. This committee will also think of events that we can have to really engage folks who are supporters of Initiate Justice, folks who are looking to us for guidance as far as what's happening and impacting the work that we are doing, and assisting with things like social media call outs, having teach-ins where we can teach others some of the skills that we learn through Initiate Justice. So really excited about this committee. Antoinette, if you wanted to add anything about what we're going to be doing there, feel free to do that at this time.
Yeah, thank you so much, Daisy. And just reiterating what Daisy said, so our outside membership committee is really just going to be play a pivotal role in us developing our outside membership base. It's also going to be a very important role for our new chapter structure that we will be rolling out to directly engage with various communities more in depth throughout 2021 and beyond. So our outside membership committee is really going to be very important for all of those aspects and just really igniting our outside membership power. As we know, there's power in numbers. So she pretty much touched on everything, where we'll also be looking for individuals to help support meetings like this, help us facilitate our outside membership meetings, bring that energy, bring that additional engagement from those who have already been doing this work with Initiate Justice and have already been supporting us as outside members, and our outside organizers as well. And in addition to the development of our outside membership base and structure with the outside membership committee, is also our Institute of Impacted Leaders. As some of you may know, and some of you, if you don't know, I'll go ahead and give a brief outline, but our Institute of Impacted Leaders is important in building our power, in training our outside organizers. I myself am the product of the Institute of Impacted Leaders, Daisy, Lee, a lot of us, Crystal, we've all attended in a cohort. And as of 2021, we will actually be launching throughout 2021, 8 new Institute of Impacted Leaders cohorts. So for those who might be new tonight, for those who may not be familiar with our amazing institute, what it is it's a 12-week practical training program that's created for and by those directly impacted by mass incarceration. Participants learn about community organizing, how the policy process works in California, how to change statewide laws through the California legislature, and how to advocate for their own rights and the rights of their loved ones currently and formerly incarcerated in California's prisons and jails. All of the materials that you will need to complete the Institute is paid for by Initiate Justice, and graduates actually receive a $500 stipend to continue this work and continue fighting to abolish prisons. Again, we'll be hosting 8 total cohorts in 2021. Our spring cohort, they're actually going to be virtual. As of now, for sure, our spring cohorts will be completely virtual. Our locations that we've decided upon for our spring cohorts are going to be Fresno, Orange County, the San Fernando Valley, And then also South Bay, Los Angeles will be bringing a cohort to y'all as well. The application period opens on January 25th. I'll actually plug once more our Institute interest form. Make sure that you fill it out so that you are one of the first to be notified when our applications actually open, and you can get us any additional information about where we should be bringing our Institute to next. Because again, there's going to be another 4 cohorts after this in 2021. Again, applications open January 25th. The spring cohorts begin in March, and those graduations will occur in June. Those who become outside organizers and successfully complete, and I love all of our graduates repping their cohorts in the chat. I'm the product of the Los Angeles cohort, but I love it. Also, like I was saying, so those who successfully complete and graduate from the Institute become our outside organizers. They become the leaders of our committees. They become our staff positions, are directly hired from our outside organizer base first. So we highly, highly encourage those who want to learn more, want to activate themselves for their loved ones, for their community, and even bring Initiate Justice more into their community. We highly encourage you all to join a cohort and get trained up to continue this fight and continue abolishing prisons. And there will be more information and more discussion in our outside membership committee breakout group. So any questions that you might have, any concerns, write them down, make note. I'll feel free to answer them. I'm also going to go ahead and drop my email in the chat for those who might have any additional questions. Feel free to reach out to me. I am the outside organizing coordinator for Initiate Justice. I also assist with the further development of the cohorts and facilitate the cohorts. I had the wonderful opportunity of facilitating the Inland Empire cohort last year. That's my home city. So I loved and thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'll continue to be facilitating. I'm here for any questions, any concerns. I love the Institute. And again, I just highly encourage anyone who's interested in further building your power, your capacity to fight, to join a cohort.
Thanks, Antoinette. Yeah. So I'm just going to quickly share a preview of what that calendar of events will look like, because we are aware that we just shared a bunch of events that are going to be happening, just so you can see this is what you're going to be receiving in the email. So again, I know there's a couple of folks that trickled in late. So in the chat is the link where you can click to pull up the form to sign in, just fill in your name and select that you attended today's meeting. And we'll make sure that you're on the mailing list so that way you can receive this beautiful calendar that was created by our IJ member, Michelle. So thank you, Michelle, for making this beautiful calendar. And again, this will be sent out in the email with you all, but just wanted to give you an idea of what to expect when we send that out by the end of this week. So with that being said, we're actually going to move into the next section of today's meeting, which is our virtual committee fair, where you are all going to be put into 5 different breakout rooms, and we are going to be rotating our committee leads to be in discussion with each breakout group in 5 sessions of 10 minutes, just to get an overview of what folks are looking forward from that committee, any ideas, suggestions that you have, or questions that you have that came up during this presentation, and that's an opportunity for you to ask them. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and split us off. And again, they will be 5 sessions of 10 minutes. So you'll have an opportunity to hear from every single one of the committees that presented today. So with that being said, we will be back here in about an hour.
It seems like mostly everybody's coming back in. We're gonna have a moment to just kind of share out and just debrief our discussions, any final thoughts, or any input, feedback from new members, existing members, and how that was, what you learned, and just anything that you might want to discuss in the larger room or highlight for everyone else. That's something you might have talked about in your discussion that maybe the next discussion didn't get to talk about. So, I kind of just want to, Lee said his rooms were lit. I know they were. So I kind of just want to honestly open the floor to anyone who wants to unmute yourself and share, whether it's leads, new members, existing members, and share how your discussion went or something, something you want us all to know. Tiana said she's lucky that this was her first meeting. So informative and inspiring. Thank you, Tiana. We're so happy to have you. Glad you enjoyed it.
I would just say, my name is Jason. I would just say, I've been with Initiate Justice on the inside, and I've been to an event, and just now starting to come to the formal meetings. I didn't really know it's a requirement. So now that I know, former inside organization. Now that I know, it's a blessing to, reunite with you guys in the formal setting and have that, even though I'm in another county. So I just want to say, it's a pleasure. Everything's going great, and I plan to be way more involved now that I know it's a possibility through the COVID. So I send out a series of emails to just about everybody in leadership. I expect replies. You guys have a good day and good night. God bless you.
Can we just take a moment to look at what just happened here? For those who have not been able to check the Fire Lit chat, Lee just shared that Jason, who you just heard from seconds ago, is a former inside organizer, now home. Welcome home, Jason. I did not know you were an IO, so welcome. Thank you for joining and for the first meeting of 2021. Excited to have you here, and just wanted to acknowledge that for a second because I did not know you were an IO. So really, really excited to have you in space with us tonight. Just wanted to acknowledge for a second.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And I was blessed enough to, receive those first pamphlets and newsletters and stuff from you guys when Initiate Justice first started out. I met Richie and everybody in person in Los Angeles. So it's a blessing, and I'm here as living proof that that with focus and some help, things work. So like I said, you guys are gonna be seeing a lot more of me, and I pray that I'm able to contribute. I had a lot of time to educate myself, to get better, still working on myself, still getting better, and just blessed to be here with you guys. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the well wishes. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out of prison now, so I can shed a couple of tears. You guys about to bring tears to my eyes. But it's a blessing to just be here in person. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi, beautiful. Thank you again. Welcome home. And we definitely appreciate your dedication to Initiate Justice and to your own advocacy efforts. Just thank you. Thank you again.
Oh, I know y'all ain't quiet now. You weren't quiet when we were in those meeting rooms. I was getting so much conversation from y'all. Now it's come on, bring it. What happened in those rooms? What more do you need to know? How can we get you involved? Please. I know, Jason, welcome home, man. We really appreciate it. You've been home now a couple of years, and we're looking forward for you to getting involved in IJ and what we're doing. So please, anybody else, feedback, how you felt, how you're feeling, what you need from us. Let's go.
I did want to share that in the chat, I just shared a link to sign up for a committee. So if after hearing from all of the committee leads tonight, if you have an idea of, yes, that's committee I want to join, if you're brand new, feel free to click on the link where you can fill in and select what committee you're interested in. And so what we will do after is we are going to connect you with that committee so that way you can join their next meeting. And we'll also share this link out in the post member meeting recap email that will be sent out by the end of the week. But if anybody already knows right now which one they want to do, you have the opportunity to do that now via the link that I just shared in the chat.
Yes, thank you so much, Daisy. Anyone else? Any feedback? Did y'all enjoy the committee fair and the format that we had it today? Is there, would y'all want to, is there something, some feedback or constructive feedback that y'all have? Anything? We just want to hear from y'all.
You guys made it like we want to join all the committees. It's so hard. Like, I have time for this one or this one. It's gonna be so hard. I mean, for many, because like I think I'm already involved in like most of them.
Love it.
And just to add to Nancy's point, if you want to sign up for all of them, just to get information and help you figure out as you receive emails from the committee leads or tune into some of the meetings that each committee has and decide you want to drop out of a certain committee because you want to fully commit to one or two, definitely feel free to let us know. You can join as many as you want or as little as you want, but we do ask that you at least join one in supporting our efforts because we can't do this fight and we can't win this fight alone. We definitely need the support in all aspects of the work that we do. And just wanted to do a major shout out to the committee leads. Thank you so much for participating and for dealing with the 5 sessions today. But I heard from feedback in different rooms that folks enjoyed hearing from the different committees. So appreciate all of you for hanging in there while we did this for our members today. And so with that being said, I can go ahead and actually move us to the final portion of tonight's meeting. So for those who are new, for every member meeting that we have, we actually at the very end take a moment to recognize a member of the month, which is someone that we have designated and noticed to be doing incredible work to support our organization. And we highlight that member at the end of the meeting, share a couple of words of acknowledgement. It's exciting just because we like to make this a very it's an honorable thing. You're being recognized for the work that you are doing. Sometimes it's behind the scene. Some of our members that have been members of the month have been active in multiple committees, and so your work definitely does not go unnoticed. But for this month, it was hands down unanimous vote that the member of the month for January 2021 is none other than our outside organizer, Shayla Darden, who has been incredible in staying engaged with the work that we're doing since her graduation as an outside organizer a couple of years back. So Shayla supports in various aspects of the work that we're doing. She supports translation materials for some of the things that we're doing with turning some of our materials into Spanish, being part of coalitions like Repeal 3 Strikes. There's just a ton of different ways that Shayla has been supporting our organization. And it's just a no-brainer that for this month and to start off 2021, we wanted to recognize Shayla. So Shayla, if you wanted to take a moment to talk, feel free to do that. Feel free to unmute yourself, but we just wanted to say thank you.
I heard my name and I was kind of like, is that my name? I felt like I won a car or something. But what can I say? I joined Initiate Justice into summer of 2019. I was in cohort number 2. And thank you, everybody, because a lot of you guys, you guys do this for a living. You guys have a background in this type of work, and I don't. So I ask a million questions, and I want to thank everybody for being so patient with me. And I know that all together, we're going to bring our loans home. We're going to end this incarceration. So all I say, if there's something, there's nothing small. Any thing that you do, it will amount to a lot. Because if we all put a little bit, you saw Prop 17 passed. I felt like $1 million when that did pass. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And let's keep on going. 2021, we got to keep pushing forward. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Shayla, for all that you do to support the work that we are doing. We will send you your imaginary Rolls Royce in the mail for you to receive in the coming weeks. So keep an eye out on that imaginary Rolls Royce. But in the meantime, to close out our meeting, thank you so much for joining us tonight, everybody. This is just what we figured would be a good way to kick off the year, because as we move on through the year and have different member meetings, we'll be hearing from different guest speakers and just different things that we have planned for everybody. But hopefully this gave you an idea of what are the different committees that will be active this year. And if you want to tune into one, join one, click on the link. Our next member meeting will be Wednesday, February 3rd. Our meetings are always on the first Wednesday of every month at 6:30. And of course, if you signed in, you will be receiving an email notification in advance to let you know when the RSVP link is active for that. And otherwise, if you forgot to sign in, feel free to sign in the link that will be shared in the chat. If you are brand new, this is your first time ever attending a IJ member meeting, please hang back. We have a new member orientation. It's only a couple of minutes long just to get you acquainted and caught up with what we do. And otherwise, have a great night. And thank you so much for joining us tonight, and Happy New Year, everybody.